Let's begin. This weekend marks 3 years since deadly floods swept through Appalachia. It was the deadliest natural disaster to hit eastern Kentucky in more than 80 years. More than 40 people died and hundreds more lost homes or saw their communities completely changed. Today, the region is still recovering and rebuilding. Just outside downtown Prestonsburg this week, families who lost their homes during that disaster joined local leaders and the governor for a groundbreaking on a new neighborhood. New Hope Estates will feature 34 affordable homes built outside the floodplain specifically for survivors.
So we embarked on what I think is the most ambitious and bold rebuilding process that this country has ever seen. We're moving people from the hollers where it floods to higher ground outside the floodplain. This is our second development in Floyd County, with the Wayland having already filled up.
14 homes near the Wayland Fire Department are already done. Construction of 2 more homes is currently underway. The $10 million project is funded through state and federal disaster relief grants. Now, this is just one project of several that has occurred over the past 3 years to continue rebuilding this particular region. Senator Webb, I want to start with you here. Given a lot of the areas that were touched are areas that are very close to home, just how visible are those scars today?
As a former resident of Knott and Perry County and someone who practices law there quite frequently still, my children have family ties there, I frequent them, and we're still suffering. There is still much suffering. Not only nature is beginning to heal itself, but our infrastructure and people's lives and the relocations and losing their homes. And we've spent hundreds of millions of dollars, and we'll be spending more. We haven't forgotten about them. But the devastation still exists, and the damage to infrastructure still exists.
Representative Donworth, what's the conversation like still right now in Frankfort whenever this particular disaster comes up among lawmakers?
Well, I think everybody's hearts are with the people who are impacted and continue to be. I mean, it is not only did you have the floods 3 years ago, the region keeps getting hit over and over and over again, which makes the recovery efforts that much harder. And I'm grateful to Senator Webb for chairing the committee to help with our preparedness. But I think we all want to make sure that people get their feet back under them as quickly as possible. I hate that it's taken 3 years, and I hope we can start moving even faster.
It's going to be a long road ahead. Since you bring up that task force, I do want to ask you, Senator Webb, tell me about some of the things that y'all are discussing. There was a disaster resiliency and prevention task force that got started during this summer. Y'all have had a couple of meetings so far. What's that really looking like?
I've been working on that since the flood and the West Kentucky tornado, so I've devoted a lot of my legislative time and energy to that, and it's looking good. We've had our second meeting yesterday. I chair with Representative Freeland from West Kentucky, so we have that east-west view of things, and certainly our membership is top-notch, and we plan on having recommendations to be more resilient, to plan ahead, to save money. For every dollar you put in prevention and resilience, you save about 13, some estimates more. So we're looking at the physical side, the human side, and how to best coordinate efforts.
One of the concerns I heard brought up a lot whenever this disaster first occurred and in the immediate aftermath was concerns about population loss. This was a region that was already suffering from an outflow of folks for various different reasons. Whenever this particular disaster struck, there was concern, how do we keep people in this region or have them come back to this region? Is that something that is discussed now?
From my side, yes, it is, absolutely. I think there's also been a big push with my colleague, Representative Ashley Tackett Lafferty, very interested in making sure that we continue to focus on economic development in eastern Kentucky as well, so that people have the jobs that they need to be able to continue to live there. Making sure that things like our utilities, our electricity, the infrastructure, the roads, the schools, all of the things that people need in order to make a community theirs. So we very much are trying to make sure that we can build back what damage was done by the floods and make it that much smarter and more resilient in the future.
Senator Webb.
Housing, infrastructure that she stated, and then broadband. And we've got to try to keep our best and brightest there for an entrepreneurial spirit. I know Perry County has a lot of that. Whitesburg, you see it there. So the people there are still hopeful and optimistic and innovative. And East Kentucky people are the most resilient in America, in the world. So I think we'll be all right. It's just going to take time and investment.
And we've certainly seen that resilience sort of play out in the long recovery we've had here. Got a little bit less than a minute left here. Just looking back on when this disaster occurred, how do you remember that disaster? What sticks out in your mind?
It brings me to tears. I lost friends, I lost former clients, and the devastation was just, I was there shortly after, and it was just an unrecognizable zone to me. It was heartbreaking.
Representative Donworth?
I was in Elliott County picking my daughter up from camp on the worst day of the flooding. We couldn't get to the camp, and so at the time it was pretty traumatic. And then you put that on top of what's just happened in Texas recently, and it drives it that much further home. But I did not know anybody personally who was directly impacted. I have a lot of friends whose families were, and it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, even what happened in Texas can bring all of those memories back. So wishing the best for the recovery for that entire region and everybody affected. We're going to hold it right there. We have plenty more discussion ahead.